The FBI and the five families of New York City throughout history have had a convoluted relationship. The mob views the agents as enemies who just want to put them in prison, and the agents view the mob with envy because they try to emulate them under the government's flag. Going back to the 1920s, to the days of Al Capone, the Bureau of Investigation eagerly wanted to take Capone down, but they couldn't get him on a federal crime. They were able to surveil him in an investigation for failing to appear before a federal grand jury in Chicago. At the time Capone was subpoenaed, he was in Miami, Florida, and through his lawyer, he claimed he was bedridden with pneumonia and couldn't appear in court. Agents photographed him at the racetrack and out and about, looking normal health-wise. On March 27, 1929, Capone was arrested outside of a Chicago courtroom and charged with contempt of court. He was found guilty for that charge on February 28, 1931, and sentenced to 6 months. And although he served his sentence in the Cook County Jail, it was the agents who took credit. The U.S. Treasury Department was finally able to charge him with tax evasion, which he was convicted for on October 18, 1931, and sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. 4 years later, the Bureau of Investigation was renamed to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, better known as the FBI. Since the Al Capone days, the FBI has made it their mission to take down their idols, the mob, and they stop at nothing to accomplish this. Watching a guy receive a 20-year sentence means nothing to them. Under 20 years is considered a disappointment, but they compensate their wounded egos by adding the supervised release time that a defendant is also sentenced to. They get giddy if a guy gets 5 years post-supervised release, first because it prevents the guy from associating for that time, but more crucially, it gives them 5 years to try to violate him and put him back in prison. I'll end this video with the ultimate goal of the FBI.